Welcome to another one of my videos. This is the Anupada Sutta, one after another. I have heard that at one time the Blessed One was staying in Saravati at Jeta's Grove, Anathampindika's monastery. There he addressed the monks. Monks, yes, Lord, the monks responded to him. The Blessed One said, Monks, Sariputra is wise, of great discernment, deep discernment, wide, joyful, rapid, quick, penetrating discernment. For half a month, Sariputra clearly saw insight into mental qualities one after another. This is what occurred to Sariputra through insight into mental qualities one after another. There was the case where Sariputra, quite secluded from sensuality, secluded from unskillful qualities, entered and remained in the first jhana. Rapture and pleasure born of seclusion, accompanied by directed thought and evaluation. Whatever qualities there are in the first jhana, directed thought, evaluation, rapture, pleasure, singleness of mind, contact, feeling, perception, intention, consciousness, desire, decision, persistence, mindfulness, equanimity, and attention. He ferreted them out one after another. Known to him they arose, known to him they remained, known to them they subsided. He recognized impermanence. He discerned, so this is how these qualities, not having been come into play, having been, they vanished. He remained unattracted and unrepelled with regard to these qualities, independent, detached, released, dissociated with an awareness rid of barriers. He discerned that there is a further escape, and pursuing it there really was for him. Furthermore, with the stilling of directed thoughts and evaluation, Sariputra entered and remained in the second jhana. Rapture and pleasure born of composure, unification of awareness, free from directed thought and evaluation, internal assurance. Whatever qualities there are in the second jhana, internal assurance, rapture, pleasure, singleness of mind, with a fore-mindfulness, whether it be contact, feeling, perception, intention, consciousness, mental qualities, desire, decision, persistence, mindfulness, equanimity, and attention. He ferreted them out one after another. Known to him they arose, known to him they remained and subsided. He discerned, so this is how these qualities, not having been come into play, having been, they vanished. He remained unattracted and unrepelled with regard to those qualities. Independent, detached, released, dissociated with an awareness rid of barriers. He discerned that there is a further escape, and pursuing it there really was for him. Furthermore, with the fading of rapture, Sariputra remained in equanimity, mindful and alert, and physically sensitive to pleasure. He entered and remained in the third jhana, of which the noble ones declare, equanimous and mindful, he has a pleasant abiding. Whatever qualities there are in the third jhana, equanimity, pleasure, singleness of the mind, contact, feeling, perception, intention, consciousness, desire, decision, persistence, mindfulness, equanimity, and attention, he ferreted them out one after another, known to them as they arose, as they remained and subsided. He discerned, so this is how these qualities, not having been come into play, having been, they vanished. He remained unattracted and unrepelled with regard to those qualities, independent, detached, released, dissociated with awareness rid of barriers. He understood and discerned there is a further escape, and pursuing it there really was for him. Furthermore, with the abandoning of pleasure and stress, as with the earlier disappearance of elation and distress, Sariputra entered and remained in the fourth jhana. Purity of equanimity and mindfulness, neither pleasure nor pain arose. Whatever qualities there are in the fourth jhana, a feeling of equanimity, neither pleasure nor painful, and unconcerned due to serenity of awareness, single-mindedness, contact, feeling, perception, intention, consciousness, desire, decision, persistence, mindfulness, and equanimity and attention. He ferreted them one after another. He recognized them as impermanent. With awareness rid of barriers, he discerned that there is a further escape, and pursuing it there really was for him. Furthermore, with the complete transcending of perceptions of physical form, with the disappearance of perceptions of resistance, and not heeding perceptions of diversity, perceiving infinite space, Sariputra entered and remained in the dimension of the infinitude of space. Whatever qualities there are in the dimension of infinitude of space The perception of the dimension of the infinitude of space, singleness of mind, contact, feeling, perception, intention, consciousness, desire, persistence, mindfulness, equanimity, and attention. He threaded them out one after another. Known to them they arose, known to them they remained and subsided. He discerned, so this is how these qualities, not having been come into play, having been vanished, he remained unattracted and unrepelled with regard to those qualities, independent, detached, released, dissociated with an awareness rid of barriers. He discerned that there is a further escape, and pursuing it there really was for him. The same goes for after he transcends the dimension of infinitude of space, the infinitude of consciousness. Recognizing it as impermanent, he realized that there is a further escape, pursuing it. He transcended that dimension. There is nothing, Sariputra. He entered the dimension of nothingness, recognizing that as impermanent, non-self. Going beyond that, detached, released, continuing to pursue. He transcended the dimension of nothingness and entered and remained in the dimension of neither perception nor perception. He emerged mindfully from that attainment. On emerging mindfully from that attainment, he regarded the past qualities that had ceased and changed. So this is how these qualities, not having been come into play, having been, they vanished. He remained unattracted and unrepelled with regard to those qualities. Independent, detached, released, dissociated with an awareness of rid of barriers. He discerned that there was a further escape, and pursuing it there really was for him. Furthermore, with the complete transcending of the dimension of neither perception nor non-perception, Sariputra entered and remained in the cessation of feeling and perception, seeing even perception as separate, non-self, impermanent, and stress. Seeing with discernment, his fermentations were totally ended. He emerged mindfully from that attainment. On emerging mindfully from that attainment, he regarded the past qualities that had ceased and changed. So this, how these qualities, not having been come into play, having been vanished and dispelled, they are impermanent. He remained unattractive, unrepelled with regard to those qualities. He discerned that there is no further escape. Pursuing it there really wasn't for him. If a person, rightly saying it of anyone, were to say he has attained mastery and perfection in noble virtue, concentration, discernment, release, he would be rightly saying it of Sariputra if he were to say he has attained mastery and perfection in noble virtue, noble concentration, discernment, and release. If a person, rightly saying it of anyone, were to say he is the Blessed One's son, his offspring, born of his mouth in Dhamma, created by the Dhamma, he here in the Dhamma, not his here in material things, he would be rightly saying it of Sariputra if he were to say he is the Blessed One's son, his offspring, born of his mouth, Dhamma, created by the Dhamma, he's here in the Dhamma, not his here in material things. Sariputra monks takes the unexcelled wheel of Dhamma set rolling by the Tathagata and keeps it rolling rightly. This is what the Blessed One said. Gratified, the monks delighted in the Blessed One's words.